Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys That Magic. This is Hunter and Shane. Say hello, Shane.
What's up, nerds?
We are back with another day of Assassin's Creed spoilers. That is correct. If you guys are new here, let's talk about some new cards. With the new set, that is still we're releasing Modern War Horizons 3 content still.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't already seen some of those videos, stay on the channel because we got multiple videos going up because of the spoiler videos now.
It's ridiculous.
But here we are, Assassin's Creed, more spoilers. Not a lot of rares to talk about today, but we did add a couple of uncommons. Just as a reminder, all of the uncommons and commons and rares from the set on our Instagram. Check the description for that link and see all of the spoilers. But we're talking about just some of them today. We will kick us off with this first one called Havi, the All-Father. It's 3, a red, a green, and a white for a 6/6 legendary creature god warrior. It says as long as there are 4 or more historic cards in your graveyard, Havi the Allfather has indestructible. It also says whenever it or another legendary creature you control dies, return target legendary creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Cool.
What do we think?
Graveyard recursion for legendaries.
Mm-hmm.
I
very
like
cool.
that. Yeah.
I don't know if it's that powerful though.
Well, it is 6 mana for 6/6 that might have indestructible. Like,
Yeah, and then it later on might not have indestructible since you're returning a legendary from the graveyard.
I guess that's the point, right? You're supposed to. It'll like do a thing until it's not able to do a thing anymore.
But it's kind of a net negative because if it has indestructible because you have legendaries in your graveyard, then it's harder to make this die.
Yeah, but
So
you don't want your commander to die though. At least if we're talking about commander.
true. And again, we will talk about this card more in our commander grades, which by the way, once again, Modern Horizons 3 is still being released. We put out our commander grades for the monocolor today. If you haven't seen that, check the channel. But yeah, this is an interesting card.
Yeah, I'm sure someone could make a fun brew.
A god warrior. I have no idea about the lore behind this. Please comment down below, letting us know.
Once again, you and I are not Assassin's Creed players, so.
Moving on to the next card, it's Aveline de Grandpre. I hope I said that correct. I know there's accents and it's in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so I apologize. But it is 2 and 2 green for a 3/3 legendary creature human assassin. It's got Death Touch, and it says whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on that creature. It's got a disguise cost of a black and a green.
Ooh, this is the card that you were talking about.
This is the card I was talking about as a Finn the Fangbearer owner. I was looking at this card and I said, wow, that helps because all my Death Touch creatures die super easily since they're only 1/1s. This will make them bigger, make them harder to kill. And then I read the disguise cost and I saw that now the color identity for this card, Golgari. And it does
Sad.
not fit in mono green.
Sad for you, but cool card nonetheless.
I am sad for me too.
I
But it
like
is a
this.
cool card.
Yeah, very, very
Yeah.
much.
If you're running like a Death Touch kind of
Deck.
kindred,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. It'll definitely make your creatures bigger because a lot of the times people don't want to block Death Touch creatures.
Very true.
So, I don't know.
I'm sure they'll find a home.
This will get out of hand very quickly unless your opponent is willing to lose their creatures.
Someone's got to bite that bullet, but yeah, this is a good card, dude. It will definitely see play somewhere.
Somewhere. Who knows? Let's move on to a new artifact. It's Staff of Eden, False Key. It's 6 generic mana for legendary artifact. It says when it enters the battlefield, put target legendary permanent card not named Staff of Eden, False Key, from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You can tap it to draw a card for each permanent you control but don't own.
Oh, because this is from a graveyard.
It's from a graveyard, yep.
Interesting.
So if they have any other legendaries die, you go ahead and take it.
Little thief, and then you can draw a card for each one you don't own.
Yeah. Um,
Or, yeah,
this
control, but they're
would
not.
be
Yeah.
a really kind of good card in Gonti if
Mm-hmm.
you're looking for something like that. If you're stealing a bunch of your opponent's things, you're gonna be drawing a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
But for 6 mana, is that
A little hefty there,
good?
bud.
It is hefty. So basically, it's guaranteeing you can maybe get one thing based on the ETB here.
Yeah.
Um, I do like, however, that this says put it under your control. It doesn't say until this leaves. So, like, if you can
True.
somehow flicker this, you can start getting more things under your control, and then you can draw more cards.
That's very true. I didn't know
So
we
it's
were
a good
going back to Fallout though, dude. Vault's key, huh?
thing. The Vault's Key. Yeah, there you go, dude. Staff of Eden. We had the Apple of Eden. Now we got the Staff. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Uh, yeah, I like it. Let's move on to a new modal spell. It's called What Must Be Done. It's 3 and 2 white for a sorcery. It says choose one. You can let the world burn, which means destroy all artifacts and creatures. Or you can release Juno, which means return target historic permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It enters with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it if it's a creature.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Pretty.
Very super different effects here.
Yeah. What must be done, Hunter?
What must be done? I do not know the lore behind this card, unfortunately.
Couldn't tell you.
Once again, if you are a major Assassin's Creed player, please, I like knowing the lore behind things. And tell me about this. What must be done? Was there a situation in which you had to do in the game,
I'm guessing.
destroy everything, or bring someone back?
Yeah. But for 5 mana, I know we like to talk about our board wipes to be 4 or less, but I mean I guess that's
I
cool.
think this is a really good board wipe because it has the flexibility to destroy all artifacts and creatures. Because a lot of the times that like Wrath of God effect just destroys all creatures for 4 mana. One
Yeah.
extra mana to destroy all artifacts on top of that, especially with treasure production being so huge.
Yeah.
Um,
Wouldn't
Pretty
farewell just
good.
be better?
That's 6 mana. Um,
I know. One
and
more
that
mana.
that lets you exile everything. Yes, I'd still agree. Farewell is better, but this maybe for someone on a budget, depending on how much this card is going to cost. But the release
True.
Juno part, I don't know if that's good for 5 mana.
You're getting one thing back and then putting 2 counters on it if it's a creature.
Yep,
Oh, I mean, it's graveyard recursion in white.
it is. I don't know. It's what must be done. uh, let's move on to another new artifact. This one is Excalibur, Sword of Eden. It's 12 mana for a legendary artifact equipment, but it says it's cost X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control. It says equipped creature gets +10/+0 and has vigilance. Equipped legendary creature for 2. So this can literally only go on legendary creatures. You have to wield Excalibur. I don't know if this is a good card at all. Why doesn't it? I know it's like a sword, so it's all about attack, but like +0 for toughness is rough.
Like a one shot. It's supposed to be maybe like a glass cannon or something.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen other effects that give other things like +10/+10,
Yeah. But I mean,
but
there's a world where you could just possibly cast this for nothing.
that's true. It's no colored mana, so you do not have to
Yeah.
spend any mana if you don't need to.
So if you got some big artifacts or maybe a big legendary and an artifact, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that kind of seems like a win more card at that point, but it could be pretty close to free.
This, I mean, yeah, obviously this is like a must-have for a Voltron kind of deck, right?
Yeah, I mean I mean there's no real got
Because if
evasion,
you're
but no
playing,
real other thing.
yeah, if you're playing Voltron, you probably already have a ton of equipment on the field already, so you more than likely this is just going to be free, just because it's going to get
I guess
X less
that's
because
true.
artifacts are also historic.
That's true.
So yeah, this is a win more card, but
Cool.
I guess if you're winning more, you're winning. So
You like
put it in
winning.
a deck. True, me too. And that was the last rare/mythic we're going to be talking about today. Let's move on to some of the uncommons that people have been talking about on the internet, starting with Smoke Bomb. It is 3 mana for an artifact that has flash. It just says all creatures have Shroud. And then it says at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Smoke Bomb. When you do, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn.
That's some cool flavor right there, dude.
Everybody has Shroud.
Yeah. Because that could mess up your opponents big time. They were
Yeah, if
doing
they're trying
something
to
to
put
target
something,
themselves. Yeah.
trying to put something on, like an equipment, or it's just like trying to
Yeah.
a combat trick, you'd be like, nope, you can no longer target your own stuff. I
I like
like
it.
it.
Yeah. Whoa, Jinx.
Wow. And then
Wow.
just the fact that because this has flash, you're more than likely stopping your opponent from doing that special thing of targeting their own stuff. On your upkeep, you're going to make something unblockable and probably hit that same opponent
Yep.
just for fun. Yeah, flexibility there is cool.
Seems good.
All the cards in the main set, not the starter decks, because it's like the aftermath kind of set, only got uncommons and rares and mythics in it, which is
Mm.
cool. No commons.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I like it. The power level for this set seems pretty good. I mean, we saw also that's getting reprinted because we don't talk about reprints. Black Market Connections. It's
Real good.
first time. It's like $25 card right now. First time being reprinted in a pack instead of a commander product. So very
Good.
cool.
And the swords. If we're talking about reprints.
Yes, so far reprints are pretty good. Moving on, we've got Tax Collector. It's 1 and a white for a 2/2 creature human advisor. It says when it enters the battlefield, choose one. You could either tax, which means until your next turn, spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast, or arrest, detain target creature and opponent controls. That's right, detain is a mechanic that used to be in Magic. It is brought back for specifically this card, which means until your next turn, that creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated.
I remember Detain.
hmm
Seems like a
Now
good card.
this is a flicker target for sure.
Or
Keep
just, yeah.
flickering this and just make your opponent's spells cost how much more?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like and tax. I'm gonna pick tax. I'm gonna pick tax. I'm gonna pick tax.
Or just keep detaining creatures.
Put this in like a Felia deck that we just saw from Modern Horizons 3, the little flicker dog.
Yeah.
And then flicker this, and then, yep, it's pretty cool.
I do like this uncommon.
Me too.
Would
I
this
think
be
this
played
is,
in a... Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I was going to say in like a stacks kind of deck, I wonder. I could maybe see that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you can do a stacks deck with, like, obviously this is a one-time effect, so
That's
you're
what I
gonna have to
meant, yeah.
flicker this. But either way, I
Like
think
on the
it's
floor, is it good enough to just be a one-time effect? Maybe.
uh I mean, I guess the detain part is pretty cool. Just
Yeah.
shutting down a creature for a turn. I don't know. And let's move on to the final card, which I think is pretty cool. It's Palazzo Archers. Palazzo Archers is 2 and a green for a 2/3 creature human archer. It's got reach, and it just says whenever a creature with flying attacks you or a planeswalker you control, Palazzo Archers deal damage equal to its power to that creature.
That's it? It just
That's it,
shoots them
man.
all?
It's just shoots them down for free. So if
That's
you're
if they're...
swinging any
Yeah.
like a 5/5 dragons come at you, and it's dead.
So creatures that have less power than their butt will be safe, right?
Creatures have more toughness than their power. You will be safe.
That's what I'm... Well, you just said the exact same thing I said, but backwards.
You said more power than
I,
their
s-
butt.
I thought I said less power than their butt.
Mm-mm.
Well, run it back. Whatever I said, that's how they'll be safe.
Yeah, so anything that's like a 5/5 or a 4/4, anything that's equal or anything that has more power than the toughness,
Yeah, they're just done.
they just get shot down. You just cannot attack the player that has this card on the field.
Well, I mean, flyers. You're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, flyers, obviously. But I like this the ability that it also has reach in case it did have that extra toughness.
Yeah. This
Uh,
card could put in some work, dude.
it really can. Coming at an uncommon too is pretty good to me. I don't know. I like this card a lot. I think it's going to see a lot of play. It's going to probably slide into a lot of decks just as that extra like padding just to protect.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I like it. But that is going to do it for us today. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. once again, you don't want to miss out on all the content that we are pushing out. We've got a lot. Still Modern Horizons 3, still Assassin's Creed. It's coming. Before we wrap up, Shane, what was your favorite card that we talked about today?
I think for flavor wise, I think I'm about to go with Smoke Bomb. Pretty cool. I like it.
Smoke Bomb is very cool. I think my favorite that we talked about today, as much as it's Golgari, I still like Aveline de Grandpre. Hopefully, once again, hopefully I'm saying that right.
Good card.
It's a good card. Just increases your death touch, guys. I'm here for it. But yeah, comment down below. What was your guys' favorite cards that we talked about today? Always interested to hear your opinion. In the description, you will find links once again to our Instagram where we post all of the spoilers, not just the ones we talk about here, as well as all the other Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Guys at Magic for those as well. And on the screen right now, that's our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. It really does mean so much to us. If you guys wanted to see what they are seeing, which is not here on YouTube, exclusive stuff, check the link to our Patreon in the description and consider subscribing. And until the next video, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye bye.